What is going on, everybody? It's AlexCBarbour here with another video, and today we're doing another mock draft. Now, this one is a little special because coming in over the next 2 more days, you got the second and the third round. Yes, I put two. Second and the third round coming in. Third round is brand new to the series, so if you guys are excited about that, like, comment, subscribe. You know what to do. Let's talk down in Discord as well as in the comment section. I love hearing from you guys, and please let me know what you think of these picks because that's how I learn. You guys teach me, I work from there. Obviously, I know what the hell I'm talking about, but there's times where I don't, and you're the super fans. That's why I like hearing from you. Starting off with the number 1 pick, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars sitting here, and this is a pretty easy one for me. As many of y'all fans of the channel know, I am a big Evan Neal fan. I'm always down for the trenches. I love going to the trenches when you are able to solidify those two positions or those two areas of the field. Most of the rest falls in place. You already have your quarterback of the future. Now, even T-Law, when he's gone a little bit crazy with those interceptions, I don't really blame him when he doesn't have an offensive line. You know, you guys have Walker Little coming up. That's good. That's good. He's probably going to need some more time to develop. Poor guy didn't play. He played like 1 game since like 2019. I mean, I feel bad for the guy. He's getting drafted and being thrown into an organization that desperately needs a tackle. So you can look at Evan Neal here, and that's gonna be the pick. Just heads up. But other options: KT, former Oaks Christian Lion, represent. He is an absolute stud as well. Game changer, beast on the defense. I think the defense just needs to have a little bit more of a maturation process. You know, I think that with a couple more years of development, you can get guys like Caleb on Chase on to continue developing. Josh Allen's already a really good player. So I really don't think that the defense will be as much of a problem as we think it is in the years to come. Now, that being said, losing a first-round corner for a third-round pick and Dan Arnold, not my cup of tea. That pissed me off. But there's no reason in hell you're going to go Derek Stingley, a corner at number 1 overall, because one, we've seen that corners can be very volatile even at the top of the draft when it comes to success rates. But also, it's not worth the number 1 overall pick. Like the value of the position is not worth it. So we're going to be going Evan Neal here out of Alabama. My favorite player in the draft. He is good everywhere. The only problem with him is that he has not had consistent years starting at one position. But he's been getting better every single year, every single game. And he's gone from a guard, low value, to a right tackle, pretty high value, to left tackle, the highest valued position in the NFL, not named quarterback on the offensive side. And he's been doing even better. He is so agile, explosive, big, 6'7", 350, and he is just amazing. Absolutely amazing. I think he is the best tackle prospect I've ever seen. And I was a huge fan of Penei Sewell. Huge fan. I think Evan Neal beats him out. That's how good he is. Granted, when you look at the rest of the class, it kind of shows how much better Evan Neal is. But let's continue on. Number 2, you got the Detroit Lions. This is probably a tougher decision for me than you guys think. Because Detroit, you guys can go quarterback. You guys can go corner, which might be a way that I do lean. You guys can go edge. Honestly, this is a weird spot because I would consider trading out of this if I'm going to be 100% fair with you guys. I'm looking at this, and I know our secondary needs some help, right? Kyle Hamilton on the board. Edge rusher, I'm probably going to go KT here. I'm going to be 100% frank with you. Edge, I'm just thinking edge is actually pretty damn good in the second round as well. You can look at Kingsley and Nagbear and stuff like that. Even though Kingsley, I'm pretty sure he actually might make an appearance in this round. But like Myjai Sanders, Drake Jackson, these dudes will be there. At least one of them. At least at 30, he'll be there. So there is, like, you look at the opportunity cost, there is something to take into consideration if you want to pass on KT for somebody. I know Trey Flowers has not been too hot. Probably going to be a candidate for cutting next year. Might save us around like $10 million in cap. Something from you guys. You guys always teach me. But quarterback, you look at it. Like Malik Willis, awesome. Matt Corral doing a great job. None of these guys are a bona fide number 2 overall pick. That's the problem. And Jared Goff, you guys might not like him. Might be not doing the greatest job in the world. But he's a hell of a lot better than some of the other situations in the NFL. That situation being the next pick. So I think that if you continue building around Jared Goff, you're going to build a team that is successful for that Quinn Ewers draft and all those other kids who are going to be coming out, who are going to be lighting it up. I think there's a lot of potential for 2 years down the line, getting another quarterback and having a team that can actually compete. The rest of the team needs a lot of help. You built your offensive line. That's great. Still need some, probably, I would say maybe need a guard. But there's a lot to like, it's not ready. It's really not ready. You don't even have any receivers. I'm going to go with the best value position here, KT. I really do think that edge is going to be flying off the board. This is live. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to pre-record stuff for you guys because it's not fun for me. And I know it wouldn't be that fun for you. Number 3, you got the Texans. And man, I'm going to be honest. I would legitimately consider a quarterback at this spot because this is a team that's desperate, right? KT's off the board. Evan Neal's off the board. It's something I would definitely consider. I would consider trading out as well. But corner, I just don't know if Derek Stingley is going to be worth this pick. I just really don't. Kyle Hamilton is a game changer. That's probably where I'm going to be leaning right now. A really hot take is that Aiden Hutchinson's worth the number 3 overall pick. You guys need help everywhere. And that's no disrespect to the Texans. It's just the organization kind of fell apart and you're in the rebuild process. Granted, if you can get 3 first-round picks for Deshaun Watson, that could help a hell of a lot. Obviously, that's why we continue updating this every week. I think the best player on the board is either DeMarvin Leal or Kyle Hamilton. And I'm not going to be taking a guy who we don't know if he's actually going to be interior defensive line or edge. I think he's an edge, but Kyle Hamilton to me is the right dude. Derek Stingley out for the year with a foot injury and had a pretty rough outing. Unless it is going to be later on, like maybe the Jets pick. The Jets, I can totally understand it, which we might be going Derek Stingley here. You got to go with the best player available. And I'm just looking at the Texans here. I think that's the best player available. Granted, this next year's class in 2023, not like this year's. I don't know how the corner class is going to pan out. So the value year after year for the corner might be more valuable here than others. But for the time being, we're going to be sticking as is. The Jets are sitting here, and I'm definitely considering Derek Stingley here. I really do like the corners in this class, and I can see a lot of teams taking those corners before that Jets pick at 16, just because I'm a big fan of corners. I just think that if there isn't, I'm looking to Marvin Leal here. I think that's probably going to be where I go as well. It's between these two dudes because Derek Stingley is a stud. He could be arguably generational ever since that freshman record-setting year. People have had him on their radar, right? And DeMarvin Leal is a stud too, though. You cannot say that he's not going to be lighting it up for some team. I don't like doing this to my poor Falcons fans, but I think you got to go with the upside at this point. The Jets defense is not too boo-boo. It is actually pretty boo-boo. It's terrible. It's straight cheeks right now. They have some big upside pieces, but I just think the corners, the secondary needs some help, especially when you have Marcus May on contract here. The offense is the biggest issue. If you guys are going to be like, Alex, dude, the defense is fine. Offense sucks. Look at the players on the board, and you'll see that the value added is going to be the most on the defensive side, especially for this draft. Also, the fact that John Mechie's still at 11 is ridiculous. He's not going to be he might not be taking these 3 rounds. Number 5, you got the Giants on the board, and I'm down to these 2 dudes right here. Both of them absolute freaks of nature. DeMarvin Leal, he's going to be great on the interior or on the exterior. You did get rid of BJ Hill, so he could play on that interior. Aiden Hutchinson is an absolute freak as well. I think the value of DeMarvin Leal is a bit better. He is 290 pounds. I think he moves like he's 260, but still has the power of a 290-pound man. Very big fan of DeMarvin Leal. He was shut down for a couple snaps against Evan Neal, who I just said is probably the best tackle prospect I've ever seen. Fair. Okay, cool. Not that big of a deal. Aiden Hutchinson's an absolute dominant threat. Pretty sure he's down to 260 right now. He said it's 265, which means he's probably playing at 260. I think that 30-pound difference, even if it's 20 pounds, is going to be a big difference for me. He plays on the edge anyways, and I think his versatility adds that bonus factor. I love DeMarvin Leal. I think he's better than Derek Stingley. I think he could be better than Kyle Hamilton. He just has that big potential. I'm a big fan of it. Number 6, we got the Falcons on the board, and you know what? You guys need edge presence like it's no freaking tomorrow. I think Kyer Elam would be a steal for you guys. But man, it's hard to get rid of. Because I know how far of a drop it is from getting a guy like Kyer Elam to getting a guy like Roger McCreary versus like what we talked about, that opportunity cost, Aiden Hutchinson to guys like Kingsley and Nagbear, Nick Benito, even Nolan Smith. I think, I'm sorry, guys. I know you guys need pass rush like it's no tomorrow, but Kyer Elam's got to be the pick. He's got to be the pick. I know we could be doing trades right here, but this is one where I know the Eagles are going to be trying to scoop up a dude right now. So the value is, it's right. It's right. So number 7, you got the Eagles sitting here, and their actual pick is the 8th. So I assume this is the Miami Dolphins pick because they also have the Colts pick, which should be around 14. It would make a little bit more sense to project that the Colts would do better than the Dolphins at this point. This has to be one of these 2 picks is going to be a corner. So I think we just might want to get it out of the way and get a corner. But I think the right move is to get Aiden Hutchinson here. I used to be really against the Eagles edge train, but BG, injured for one, out for the year, as well as he's just getting older. He's not performing the same way that he should. And then obviously Derek Barnett's probably not going to be brought back. And Josh Sweat just got paid, but really it's not that insane of a contract. Ryan Kerrigan can't last forever. You got Milton Williams, who's developing interior, exterior. You don't know what the hell he is going to be. He's a little bit lightweight. So unlike DeMarvin Leal, who can actually play edge and plays a lot lighter, or like moves like he's actually 290, 300 pounds. Well, no, not moves. He plays like he's 290, 300. Moves 260. He's a fast, big ass dude. All right, cool. Milton is a little bit confusing, and I thought that was excellent, an excellent draft pick. It's not going to stop me from taking Aiden Hutchinson here. You need to just have that upside, man. The whole entire reason the Eagles are actually competitive right now is because of the fact that their defensive front and secondary are able to keep offenses at bay. If you're able to keep them to field goals and punts, there's a chance that there's a chance you can win any game, even against the best offenses. If your defense stands strong, you can win. Number 8, you got the Eagles again. So people might just say, dude, get a quarterback. I don't think so. I don't think that's the right move. I think that getting a guy maybe at 14, like Sam Howell, would be a better value than like a Malik Willis or Matt Corral at this one. Because again, I'm seeing one possibly, well, to be fair, if I'm looking at the corner train, there's actually no teams in the middle where I would consider moving up for a corner, which is interesting. That is very interesting. That is unique because I know we're going to need a safety. Of course, we can address things in free agency. I really like Jalen Hurts, not like as a franchise guy, but man, like this is interesting because right now I'm looking at it and the opportunity cost is like, oh, what if we lose out on the corner? Because I think Sauce Gardner is easily the next best corner. I'm looking at it and it's like, I'm probably going to not take one right there. No. So I think we can get away with getting somebody here. And this is going to be a little bit crazy. We're going to get a quarterback. I think it's time that you take a high-end quarterback here. It's risky. I know it's not. I want to have a little bit of fun here with you guys. Okay. The Eagles, you guys do need a legit game changer on the offense. You've had a pretty dominant defense. We're fixing that right now anyways. I think this is the right move. You're taking a shot. It's number 8 overall. It's not like we're choosing in the top 5. So even if we don't do well, that means we'll be at the top of the next draft, continue building pieces. The offensive line is pretty much there. Okay. We got pretty much the offensive line. Our receivers are coming together. They're doing a good job. And then running backs were pretty much set. Jalen Hurts, no disrespect to the guy, he just is not that elite quarterback. And they're finally trying to play to his strengths, and that's really good. They're able to beat solid teams. You just can't rely on your defense every single game to win. You can't. You got to be able to put up some more points. You got to be able to have those Atlanta week 1 outings. Malik Willis gives you that opportunity every week. I look at him. I see Deshaun Watson when he plays. Again, could be those Liberty uniforms that make it feel a little bit more like that. But when I watch him play, it's just like that dude's arm talent is crazy. He is mobile as hell. You know, you take basically a better version of Jalen Hurts and drop in the squad. You could win the NFC least. I think you can do it. So let's continue. Number 9, you got to the Bengals on the board, and y'all know where I'm going with this too. This is the most underrated player in the entire draft, Tyler Linderbaum. I would take him here at number 7 if like Aiden Hutchinson were gone. I would consider taking him another center. Screw it. He is that damn good. He is the best interior offensive lineman in the entire class, and it is not a competition. And that's me being a fan of Darren Kennard and Kenyon Green now they've actually shined at tackle. I'm going Tyler Linderbaum. And I know that my Bengals fans actually like that pick, so I'm happy for you guys for seeing that. Because if you guys don't like it, you guys just need to take a look at his tape, man. This guy is an absolute freak. Athletically, he's crazy. You want to know what's the only bad thing about him? Right there, that weight. He plays at he's like 310. So you know what? That's the only thing that really matters. I think that this is a home run hit. I would take him if the Bengals are sitting here at 6. I would still take him there. That's how much I like him. Numbers 10, we got the Giants. Again, I already took an edge. That's what I think DeMarvin Leal is going to be. So we're going to be getting that out of the way. This is an excellent spot for a trade back. And there's a team right there in Washington that's looking to take a quarterback. New York probably doesn't want them to have to do that. I think I've been doing this for a little bit. I've been having a team trade up for a quarterback, and I'm going to be doing it. The Steelers, my Steelers, are going to make a slight jump. And honestly, New York's going to love this. 1, because again, they're getting more picks for another team moving up for a quarterback. But 2, it's like you're taking them away from Washington. I don't want to take anything right here for the Giants yet. Maybe the Washington football team takes a guard that they're going to try to go after, but I really think it's worth it. We're going to be asking for maybe a 5th round or a 3rd round pick in return. That's a pretty ballsy move to have to for 2 spots. That's pretty ballsy. We're going to be offering 2 threes. Yeah. Me saying it's ballsy. I'm going to try to get maybe a 4th round or a 5th round in return. Let's do that. Get the Steelers some extra value right there. It's free money for them. Like it's free picks. They have a lot of traded picks right now. So the Giants accepted the offer. The Steelers move up because the Steelers are desperate for a quarterback, and Matt Corral is the perfect fit. I'm a huge fan of it. Matt Corral, Matty Ice, coming in hot. I love fit. Everybody loves the fit. If you don't love the fit, then you guys don't know about Matt Corral and the Steelers. Excellent gunslinger. Again, represent Oaks Christian High School. Just big fan of that. Number 11, you got Washington. And you know what? I've actually thought about this quite a bit. You guys have turned me on this. I think that Kenyon Green could be a really damn good fit. For 1, he can play left tackle if you want him to. 2, he'd be an excellent guard. 3, I think he fits the scheme really well. So that's just a big thing for me. Quarterback, I'm not taking Sam Howell. We're not taking the 3rd best quarterback at this spot. I think that either free agency, you do have Aaron Rodgers out there, or you can look at other routes, could be better. I just don't think I'm going to be pulling trigger on Sam Howell at this point, given that we still have some uncertainties. It could be cool to actually trade back here, though. It could be. There is still high-end corners on the board. Still, if we trade back and get a quarterback, it's not that bad. I just think if we're going to be fair, the quarterbacks in the next round, I always get Carson Strong in the next round anyways. Going to try not to do that. But this could be a good spot just to take advantage of the fact that there's not very many good offensive linemen in the class. I'm going to go Kenyon Green here. Y'all convinced me. Scherf's going to be leaving this team. If they don't get a high-end quarterback, there's not going to be a reason. There's not going to be a reason for Scherf to want to stay. You need to be able to patch that. Kenyon Green has that left tackle versatility as well. After allowing 0 pressures versus Alabama, I don't get that either. So big fan of what Kenyon Green could be. After I just put him on my overrated list. So y'all know if I actually have an opinion change on someone, because I'm willing to stand up and say, hey, I reacted too early, which is the whole entire point of this. It's all about way too early reactions. But the Giants are sitting here at this spot. And to be honest, this pick is, we're having a different draft than I've ever had before, because I have never put Darian Kennard this high. I watched him play this last week for Kentucky as a right tackle, and he looked great. He took exponential leaps and bounds above what he was last year. And you know me, I am an extremely huge fan of guys who develop. Now, the tackle position is a bit suspect, so that could work. But also the guard position suspect. It's kind of a perfect fit. I don't know. I just don't think that We already got edge. I don't think a wide receiver is worth the spot. I also don't think wide receivers should be on the needs list. It's something that I don't like. Linebacker, I 100% agree with. But offensive line, quarterback, I mean, running back is honestly something I would target in this draft. I'm really sorry for you guys, but Saquon, just the injuries keep piling up, and people, like humans, have like a legit biological clock. I'm gonna go Darian Kinnard here. You know what? Screw it. Two guys who made my overrated list have jumped up because I like the upside of Kenyon Green, and Darian Kinnard has shown that he's taken major steps. So also it fits perfectly. That's exactly what the Giants are looking for. I don't even know if I would have went Kenyon Green over Darian Kinnard. That's how much I like the fit. Number 13, we got the Raiders. Raiders, that's actually another team I would consider going after one of those guards. Just offensive line isn't a premium in this draft. I just don't think the line's very good. You look at this, the next guy who's probably the best offensive lineman, besides maybe you could look at Sean Ryan, Trevor Penning, is going to be like Akem, and that's not good because look at what's after Akem. It's not good. Sawyer is not that bad though. But regardless, looking at number 13, you got the Raiders here, and honestly, I could see this happening right now. I'm seeing a micro trade up. Like it's going to be a small one. I think the Jets might want to jump the Eagles right here for a corner, which, to be fair, regardless, I think the corner for each team is going to be great. The problem is the Patriots are trying to move up as well. So I think the Jets are feeling the pressure. They're saying, oh shit, we got to make sure the Patriots don't get a corner, not quarter. So we're going to be moving up. The Jets have moved up plenty of times before. We are going to be offering a 5th round pick, seeing what we can feel out here. 4th round pick, 117, which is going to be one of my favorite numbers in the world, is going to be the pick that gets the Jets to move up. I think we all know what we're going to be going with the Raiders here because the Raiders could definitely light it up. We already went corner. So, I mean, you could say, Alex, there's no real reason to go 2 corners. I say bullshit. Look at the cornerback class. I think 2 corners is certainly worth it. I think that getting a guy like Sauce Gardner, Trent McDuffie is worth it. Andrew Booth, I just think, as a guy who's a big fan of Andrew Booth, needs a little bit more time to develop. This team needs a game impact player. I think that also Derek Stingley coming off injury, it might be a while until he becomes Derek Stingley again. Sauce Gardner is going to be your guy. I think he's an absolute stud. Also, again, think about how the Cowboys ended up going after a wide receiver in CeeDee Lamb when they really didn't need one because they didn't want the Eagles to get him. I think the same thing feels about the Jets not wanting Sauce Gardner to go to the Patriots, which I think is an unbelievably great fit. Speaking of a great fit, I think Trent McDuffie is an unbelievable fit on the Seahawks here. The Seahawks are striking like they're going great right now. Trent McDuffie, he's a do-it-all corner. I think he fits this scheme 100% money. That's how good he is. And, Sauce Gardner would have been better, right? He's a mean, aggressive corner. I love Sauce. I think Trent McDuffie might have been even a better fit for the Jets, but I don't really care. I'm going to be going off upside right now. Sauce Gardner is an absolute freaking stud, and I watch him all the time. SMU's in the ACC or AAC, and Sauce has just been tearing it up ever since he came in. Trent McDuffie is just a stud. I love this corner class is so good at the top that it's just, it's really good. Number 15, you got the Panthers. And the Panthers, I think they're a prime trade back candidate. Just saying. I think they're a perfect trade back candidate. You look at dudes who are on the board, and you got stud wide receivers like Garrett Wilson on the board. You got Andrew Booth. And there are teams like the Patriots that probably want to move up because, again, there's a big drop-off. You look at guys like Jordan Davis that's in high demand. Don't know why. Excuse me, but he is. Jordan Battle, really damn good safety. This is a really good safety class, by the way. Adam Anderson, another really good player, doesn't get talked about enough. There are dudes on the board that are really good. I think a team actually might want to jump the Patriots, though, for a corner. Looking at the teams that need it, I'm looking at the Vikings, dude. The Vikings need to move up. Y'all got really mad when I took a quarterback. So, I mean, low-key bite me, but I understand where you guys are coming from. I do. It's kind of like sucky to admit that Kirk can't put you over the edge. I know there's extra problems with the organization besides that, but there's like no picks here. We're going to send in a 3rd and ask for like a 4th in return. Like, it's just gonna be a small value. We'll send in a 6 as well. There you go. Merry fucking Christmas, right? Like, we're gonna just do that. Ask for a 7th the next year. Give them some picks in this draft because the Vikings have plenty. And we are going to be moving out for Andrew Booth because corner is a legit need on the squad. And Andrew Booth is going to be able to solidify that. So we're going corner, corner, corner. But again, I must reemphasize, there are no corners in this class besides the top ones. Look at what we have now. Mikael Wright and Darian Kendrick are the next best. That's something that you can't do in the first. And that's corner is definitely something that we need to go for if we are the Vikings. Number 16, this just seems like written in stone at this point. I think how much money they've thrown at 1-year contracts on the interior defensive line. Jordan David, I hate it because I think that he's overrated, but they traded back, they got some extra draft capital. Jordan Davis is perfectly fine at this spot. There is a big gap after him to, I believe the next best guy is either Perry Winfrey or Haskell Garrett. Don't think Travis Jones or Tyler Davis are actually in that conversation, but he's a freak and he seems exactly like a Raider. You know, you look at Leatherwood, you look at Jordan Davis. They're very similar in these monstrosities that are just on the field. So big fan of that. Patriots are on the board though. They're going to be going Garrett Wilson here, who is falling, but again, it's an interesting wide receiver class. I think Garrett Wilson is the best fit. Again, Mac Jones he probably isn't the best guy throwing it deep. I would say that getting Garrett Wilson in space is the best option for both the scheme as well as for the success of the Patriots. So big fan of Garrett Wilson right there. 18, y'all know exactly where I'm going right here. Sam Howell, I've actually really liked this fit. Like, I really like this fit. Big fan of it. Sam Howell, North Carolina. Let's go. Number 19, you got the Panthers back on the board. I would still consider a tackle here, man. Like, I can't say Jackson Kirkland's an actual second rounder, but it's hard to say he's worth it. Charles Cross could definitely be this pick, though, just because they do like these dudes with not very good anchors, as we saw with Brady Christensen. But again, they took him in the 3rd round. People were thinking he's going to go like 2nd, if not like late 1st at some points. Trevor Penning could be a fun one. He could be fun because he is very athletic. So you want upside. He's definitely built for more of a zone run. The upside is undeniable and it's kind of worth it at this point. I might have some fun and choose Trevor Penning here. My guy is Sean Ryan. I just don't see the Panthers actually wanting to draft Sean Ryan. That's the only reason why I haven't selected him yet, is just because it doesn't feel right. I think Trevor Penning feels a bit better. Again, more mobile, he just has a higher ceiling than what they have already. And I just think it's the right move. I would take Jackson Kirkland still in the next round if I'm them. But, you know, it's risky business. I'm going Trevor Penning here, just upside alone. Northern Iowa. You saw what happened last year in Spencer Brown, had like a 9.99 RAS score, number 1 of all time. This dude's better. Like, he's that plus more. So he's an absolute freak of nature. Again, 6'7", 321. He's a bit lighter for his size, which fits exactly what the Panthers are looking for. So big fan of that pick. Number 20, you've got the Dolphins. Wide receiver is not their number 1 need. They don't understand that, but that's the thing. Looking at it, though, George Karlaftis could be fun. Majai, Kingsley, and Nagbear. I'm going to give respect to this man. He's been going off. Kingsley and Nagbear needs to be, like, respected. I need to watch a little bit more recent tape on him because my All-22 plug is not doing too hot on the updates for the Kingsley and Nagbear stuff, but he's been going off. You look at the stat sheet. I want him to be a little more consistent play-to-play, but you can't deny with the fact that this guy's lighting it up. Kingsley and Nagbear, South Carolina. Show some respect on that name. Having him along with, oh my gosh, I'm forgetting the guy they literally just drafted this past year. Kid out of Miami. Like, that's going to be a lethal duo right there. Jalen Phillips. There we go. That's the name. This is going to be a lethal duo. Number 21, you got the Titans. And if you guys saw my video, I was going livid at TDN for their mock that dropped the other day. Just because, again, it was bad what they were trying to say about the team. This could be the perfect spot for Nakobe Dean. You know, Devin Lloyd as well, Nakobe Dean. Christian Harris is the most athletic upside guy. It's just, I saw him play against Texas A&M. He looks a little bit lost. He looks a little lost on the field. So that's not good. Brandon Smith has some major upside. I just don't think that. I think he's getting a little bit overrated. Devin Lloyd's just kind of old, if I'm not mistaken. It says redshirt senior here, dude. I'm gonna be 100% like honest. I don't trust TDN, and you know what? I want y'all to come with me. Let's go on a journey to PFF so we can actually find out how many years this guy's played. We're going together, okay? We're having some fun. We're gonna enjoy ourselves. We're gonna see if I can spell his name right. I hope to God I spelled his name right. We did. So also he's wearing number 0. Draft eligible year 2022. So I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Oh, he is old. So he is an older prospect. That's going to push down his value a little bit. Nakobe Dean is a true junior. It's weird because he is just going off right now. Really good in coverage. Really good in the blitz. It's kind of tough to say no at this point. I've come around on Nakobe Dean. I just thought that he was mainly a blitzer, but I've been seeing how he covers people as well. I really like that upside. So we're going to be going to Kobe Dean here, sneaking in above Devin Lloyd. But again, I think that the upside is undeniable. Rashaan Evans is not good. So let's get into Kobe Dean. Let's have some fun. Number 22, you've got the Saints on the board. And this is where Chris Olave is going to go. So happy he's not falling to 30 this time. But Chris Olave, really, really good route runner. Big upside on a team that people are already giving up on Jameis Winston when he doesn't even have Michael Thomas and doesn't have anybody. His number 1 target is Marquez Callaway. I don't get that. So I think that people need to chill on the hate train. And that's coming from a guy who I'm not a huge fan of him. Like, I'm not a huge fan of Jameis Winston, but still a big fan of his potential. Number 23, you got the Chargers on the board. And I'm going to be honest, how heavy is Karlaftis? I could see him in a Melvin Ingram role, but that's a pretty far shot. George Karlaftis, apart from injury, is an absolute stud. My guy might be my guy here, though. Like Adam Anderson, I think I criticized Adam Anderson to this team, and I'm the biggest Adam Anderson fan in the world. It might be the right pick, though. Nick Bonito, I just want to check out his weight. Like, how tall is Nick Bonito? He's 6'2". So look at that. That's a 3-inch height difference. But I might just have to go with my guy here. I think that fits better. We're going to go with the upside, though. We're going to go with Adam Anderson. I think he can work as a linebacker as well. He's actually pretty good in coverage. And Uchenna Nwosu replacement right there. Going to be going with it. You know, Nick Bonito, I think, might be a better option, but I'm going to show some love to my boy Adam. We're going to have some fun. Next, you got the Brownies on the board, and I think this is a perfect spot. We've been doing this for a while. George Karlaftis. You have to take the value. Go with George Karlaftis. The dude was an absolute freak. 20 tackles for loss his true freshman year. Injuries have derailed his career a little bit, and people are trying to say he doesn't do well game to game. There is tape of people literally triple teaming him, and if you see an offensive coordinator triple team with someone, that means he's scared shitless of them. That means he is good. Like, you have to watch how other people, like how offensive coordinators scheme against people in order to understand their position and how, you know, how teams actually think of the player's talent. Number 25, you got the Cowboys on the board. Now, Cowboys, this is a good spot for Jordan Battle. I cannot stand him being on the board. I really like him, and this is the problem with taking him with the Eagles, like at 15, is that usually there's just not really a spot for him to go. We have a bunch of 1 and 2 year contracts, man. Like, it's tough not to say Jordan Battle will be the dude, because I'm looking at this. Nick Bonito is such a good player, though. Oh, I think the value at safety is a little bit better after this round than edge. So let's go Nick Bonito. He will still be in that Randy Gregory role. I like Adam Anderson there, but I really cannot complain about Nick Bonito being in that Aldon Smith and Randy Gregory role. Absolutely sky-high potential for the kid out of Oklahoma. This is a good top of the edge class. I just don't think that's very good after the fact. Again, that drives up that demand. No disrespect to Drake Jackson. It's hard to put him above dudes like this. Genuinely. Number 26, you got the Ravens. And honestly, they like big-ass dudes at right tackle. I know that Sean Ryan played left tackle, but legitimately, I think this is a good spot to test it out. Just saying. It's really good. So we're going to be going Sean Ryan out of UCLA. I don't think it's that much of a stretch to say Sean Ryan is deserving of a team like this. He is in a very run-heavy scheme with a quarterback that is very mobile. Now you have one that's mobile and has a pretty good pocket sense now. Lamar Jackson has progressed exponentially. Sean Ryan will be able to save money. Alejandro Villanueva is crap. Like, no disrespect to the man himself, but to the player, he's not good anymore. Sean Ryan actually has that legit potential, really good in the run game. And with a quarterback that doesn't put him at jeopardy every single time he takes a snap, I think that's the way to win. So big fan, Sean Ryan. Number 27, you got the Cardinals. And Y'all know exactly where I'm going. You guys know what category I'm going to. We have to go corner. Mikael Wright is really good. He does know how to stick in coverage. I think as long as Darian Kendrick keeps the gun off his lap in his car, he's going to be like, if he never was caught with the gun in his lap, he would be arguably up in that like 15 to 20 range. He's a very damn good corner. Georgia is the perfect place for him to develop even further because he was a first round pick at Clemson. This is a perfect spot for him. So take him, enjoy him, pray to God that he doesn't get in trouble again. But hey, Darian Kendrick out of Georgia, lock it in. Big fan of that. Number 28, you got the Packers. Packers. This is where I would have taken Sean Ryan, to be honest. That's not possible anymore. I'm going to be looking at that wide receiver realm. I'm going to look at Treylon Burks here. You do probably want to, like, George Pickens is another guy I would consider 100%. But I think Treylon Burks offers that big aspect that you kind of miss right now. Like, you could go after a separator or a route runner like Jahan Dotson, Jameson Williams in there as well. But like, I have Drake London above Treylon Burks. It's just, I think the upside and the size of Treylon Burks at 225 at 6'3" is undeniable. And I'm pretty sure he lost a little bit of weight because I thought he was like around 230, 235. He's a big ass dude, doesn't create that great of separation, but he's able to make space at the catch point. So he's really good in contact. I think that he's a great blocker. There's a lot of upside here. He does play primarily in the slot, something I would be a little bit concerned about, but honestly, I don't think it's that big of an issue. And I think that he'd be a great addition to this team. Another guy I would consider, again, George Pickens. He is a true X build. We're going to go Treylon Burks here just for the upside, though. Number 29, you got, you see what I mean you see Lions fans when I said I was thinking about taking a corner. It's just, I think that going after, this is a really good corner free agency class. We're going to be 100% fair. Spend your money there. I would look at a quarterback here. I just don't think any of these guys are really going to have that upside. Carson Strong's the only one, but I'd probably take him at the beginning of next round. Safety-wise, Jordan Battle will be such a good guy to this team. Forgetting the guy that you have from the Patriots, Deron Harmon. Like, Jordan Battle is an exponential upgrade over that. Linebacker is another thing you guys could go after. Christian Harris, really good option. Devin Lloyd, if you want a day one impact, you can plug and play right there. I think the best value is with the safety class. Jordan Battle's an all do it everything, do it all dude. Big fan of him. He's gonna be taken next anyways if I don't select him here. Jordan Battle, safety out of Alabama, really good. He's gonna be good in the run game as well. He's gonna be able to support in all levels of the field. Next, you got the Buccaneers. Like, I think the best thing to do right now is to look at that secondary. Again, we've discussed corners, not too bueno. Safety's pretty bueno. Brandon Joseph has the most upside. You know, if he's able to get his head and ass wired together and be able to, like, shed some weight and get back to his old playing self, I think that all the mental tools are there. Just the physical tools kind of degraded when you try to put on 20 pounds. It's just what happens. So I think the NFL will be able to, wow, that sounded terrible. We'll be able to help him get back to where he was, because this dude was my number 5 player in the class, if not number 4. I think the upside's there. I think this is a team that can take the upside. Let's go Brandon Joseph here. And again, Daxton Hill's more of a slot guy. So I don't really know if we're really going to want to go after the slot. Jaquan Brisker, he deserves some respect 100%. But yeah, I'm going to stick to that. Number 31, Bills. Bills, I would honestly consider getting like a running back at the spot. This is the one time where I would look at a guy like Breece Hall. But I might want to trade back because there are some dudes on the board. Like, there are some really good players on the board. You look at Majai. You look at guys like George Pickens, number 1 receiver quality. Christian Harris, Jahan Dotson, another guy. There are dudes on the board. Drake London. So there are teams that definitely need a wide receiver. There's also teams that could probably use somebody in the secondary. I think that a team that might have the capabilities of moving up, because they do kind of desperately need a legit receiver, is the Lions. You know, I'm looking at the Chiefs as a potential person or potential team that could withstand having or not withstand. That's a terrible way to describe it. It's a team that would want to take a wide receiver. So this is a micro jump. The Bills are able to acquire, like, let's just say a 5th round pick, 6th round. We'll go a 6th round pick. We're not going to go too fleecing the Bills. but the Bills are going to be getting a running back anyways. So that's like what they really need is like a legit contact balance back with some major upside. I think Breece Hall's a perfect fit on that team, if not Zach Charbonnet. I'm going to be going with the upside here. I'm going to be going right here with my boy Drake London out of USC. He's been going off. I think that linebacker is another thing you can go after. But again, I think Drake London's upside is without question. And I would probably pick him here at next at 32 if it weren't for the Lions coming in scooping him at 31. Now, the Chiefs, they need help in their secondary as well. They really do. They just need help. Sorensen's not too good. And honestly, the best guy to replace Sorensen is a guy like Daxton Hill. Jalen Catalan plays an actual true free safety role. Daxton Hill plays a free safety / slot corner role. And I think that's a perfect fit. We're going to go Daxton Hill here. I think that the value is undeniable. Tyke Smith is a good second round option for him, but we're going to be going with it. We're going to have some fun. He has that explosiveness, very Jalen Catalan-esque, but he does play a little bit more in the slot. I think that'll be perfect to replace Daniel Sorensen. So let me know what you guys think. We're going to be doing round 2 coming tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you on the far side. Peace.